So we bought this trailer last spring, and it's about time we do the brakes on it. We've had some issues with the brakes locking up and stuff like that. So I went out and I bought all new backing plates. Now the reason why I bought all new backing plates and not just the brake pads is because it is actually cheaper to buy the whole backing plate than just the pads. Kind of weird, but it's how they do it. It's cheaper to buy the whole backing plate. I think for $62 I got each one of these for. So we've already pulled off the first tire. Now the first thing you want to do is check your tires to see if there's uneven wear, which this tire is great. So the tools you need to do this brake job, obviously I believe it's either a 9/16 or 1/2 inch to undo the 5 bolts to do the whole backing plate. And basically undo those. So you're going to need a 9/16 or 1/2 inch. I can't really remember off the top of my head. Rags, towels, pizza box. Cardboard will work as well. Pliers, hammer, screwdriver. Basically, as soon as you take that off, it becomes a big greasy nightmare. What you're going to do is we're going to knock off the dust cap, and then it's going to come off with a safety catch of some kind, a giant nut that should be a little bit more than finger tight, and then all the bearings and spacers and all the grease. So basically, keep your job site clean, keep your hands clean, keep all the bearings out of the dirt, and that's what the pizza box comes from. So let's get this taken apart and see what parts come out of it. So now that we get it all off and cleaned off, I was right, it was 9/16. You want to check your axle shaft here for any nicks, burrs, burn marks, anything like that. Now, there's a little bit right there, but it's nothing to be concerned of as yet. These ones here are actually oil lines to help the oil move around. Casting marks right there. There's your oil when you pump it in your grease fitting up here. It comes out there, your grease. All the parts have been cleaned up. I got the bearing all cleaned up now. She's got another year in her, definitely. Everything else seems to be in pretty pristine order, so not really too over concerned about anything. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut the take the backing plate off with the 5 bolts, and we're just going to cut these wires right here because the new ones are supplied with their own wires. So we're just going to cut existing and then do what we need to do after that. So let's get this off and do that. I already got a whole bunch of rags all oily there too. Now, actually, before we go, I want to put good oil in here. So I've bought the actual Lucas heavy-duty bearing grease oil, and I like Lucas. I like their oil stabilizers. I like the transmission stop leaks and stop slips, especially for the demolition derbies. So you know what? I'm going to continue my loyalty to the product and use it in my bearings. It was like maybe $1 more than the Mastercraft stuff, but who knows? Lucas makes good products. But all right, let's get this all off and get the new backing plate on there. Super easy to do, just 5 bolts. Now with those 5 simple bolts, you're done basically. All you have to do is put on your brakes, your drum, your bearing, your retainer washer, your nut, your safety clip, and your cap, and you're done. Now, I hate to sound like a retard here, but I have done this before when I was younger. This one says left hand. That one over there says right hand. As you can see, these brake shoes are different. So when the vehicle's moving and it puts on the trailer, the brakes are actuated and it pulls it and it actually activates the brakes. That's how these things work, is from magnetic. So you have to make sure you're putting them on the right side or they will not work. So once you're done all this, all you have to do is reconnect the wires that you cut in the back. Doesn't matter, positive is positive on both sides. They're just magnets, so they work both ways. And then you're done. But the really good news is, after you're done this one, you get to do it 4 more times. But this is what it takes to keep your trailer on the road to get to the derbies and the scrapyard every time. Keep safe, keep on the road.